Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Wrestle Talk with Bear and B Dub. On another edition of B Dub's Thoughts, as we are reviewing all 26 WrestleManias. March 14th, 2004. WrestleMania 20. Madison Square Garden, New York, New York, where it all begins again. This is the debut of John Cena in the match. Now, if you remember, Sunday Night Heat before WrestleMania 15, Cena stated he was rapping with Bull Buchanan, and he quote unquote was rapping against Jay-Z and Fabulous, two dummies of them, and he stated that he would main event WrestleMania 20. Yeah, I didn't know main eventing would be the first match on the card. Nonetheless, Cena would become the U.S. champion in this one. Interesting, forgotten moment. Randy Orton, Batista, Ric Flair taking on the Rock and Sock Connection. I thought that the Rock and Sock Connection should have won this one, especially being that they went ahead and won. Especially it was Mick Foley's homecoming. He went to WrestleMania. He went to a couple of events. He hitchhiked to Madison Square Garden to see Snooker jump off the cage. Nonetheless, they didn't win. Christian and Chris Jericho. This is a good match. This is another one of them WrestleMania turns where Trish Stratus would turn on Jericho and hook up with Christian. Match. Oh, this is also the first year of the Hall of Fame being the night before WrestleMania and being presented at WrestleMania. They also had the Playboy evening gown match, which was Tori and Sable versus Stacy Keibler and Miss Jackie, which was was entertaining, nothing special. Big WrestleMania moments in this one. Before the match, before the championship matches, you had Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit in the locker room, and I remember watching this, and I remember Guerrero telling Benoit that nobody believes in him, and etc. And I knew what Eddie was doing. It was his motivational speech, and sure enough, that's what it was. So this was interesting within itself, watching Eddie Guerrero get under the skin of Benoit to get him excited and motivated. Then we had the match that everybody was waiting for that did not deliver. Now, if you remember during the first episode, I said that in the in the magazine I had, it said the worst WrestleMania match was the first one. This one was the worst WrestleMania match. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. It was, everybody knew it. This was, at the end, they would be leaving the companies and going in separate directions. So you could tell that they were very, very careful with this one. And they didn't deliver. Something Vince McMahon JR kept saying the 82nd Airborne was going to need to be in control of those two. And therefore, Stone Cold was put as the special enforcer. And like I said, the match didn't deliver. Everyone was disappointed to the point they were booed throughout the whole match. How about who remembers Victoria versus Molly Holly for the Women's Championship? And if Molly lost, she had to get her head shaven, which she did. That was entertaining. Then, the good match between Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. In my opinion, this match was great. If it wasn't for the sake of Benoit winning the title for the first time, this match probably, in a lot of people's opinion, would steal the show. Guerrero, of course, being creative, taking his shoe, untying his shoes. Then when Angle went for the ankle lock, he didn't get nothing but a shoe. And then Eddie Guerrero rolled him up for the victory and to retain the WWE Championship. So I really, really enjoyed that match. And then Chris Benoit, of course, winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Seeing Benoit and Angle, as B. Ryan said on the one review show we had, that image you'll never see again. Unfortunately, that made both of them rest in peace. Seeing Benoit hold up, seeing Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero in the ring together, both of them celebrating. Both of them coming into the WWE together, and both of them celebrating. Benoit finally, after being, screwed over so many times, finally becoming WWE champion, World Heavyweight Champion. So, like I said, this is a good WrestleMania. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but it was pretty good. But thank you for joining this episode of Wrestle Talk with Bear and B-Dub. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Bear and B-Dub and tune in as we go to Hollywood for WrestleMania 21.